Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the City of Healing, where the city resides within. This is your sister, Sinette and Tarangela. I wanted to come forth this beautiful Sunday morning to do a brief share and just talk a little bit about upgrading your computer. Not the computer outside of yourself, but the computer within. And we have several brains, not necessarily your organ brain, but also your heart brain, your liver brain, your gut brain, etc., etc. But I'm talking about your physical, organic brain that basically is the neuron center of your body. It's the storage device of your body. It's in contact with all the neurons and the nerve endings with all your other organs and body systems. So I think it's very important to just start there and talk about, upgrading or programming your own computer. Because if you don't, our outside world, other places or things will do it for us. And one way to do that is by sound. And I know a lot of people talk about being in nature and how therapeutic it is, but it also has a lot to do with the sounds that you hear in nature. I don't necessarily hear it, unless I'm thinking about it, but the cicadas, the crickets, the birds, the wind, the leaves, all of those have frequencies and vibrations. If you listen to it, there's ways to meditate on that and upgrade your frequency as to the vibrations that your body is submitting. And I wanted to talk about, different types of brain waves in our body. Most of us are familiar with it, but I'll go ahead and talk about it just a little bit now. I'm going to read it just so, for the sake of reading. But your brain has nerve cells that fire electrical signals day and night, forming distinctive arrangements called brainwave patterns. And some of those patterns include what we call Theta brainwaves, which measure between 30 and 40 megahertz. And it's like this. So there's activity associated with worry, stress, paranoia, fear, irritability, moodiness, connected to weakened health and immune system. So, and then another one is the alpha brainwave, 7 to 13 megahertz or HZ, and that's a little bigger brainwave notification, which includes meditation begins, mind chatter slows down, great for learning and studying, creative ideas flow, aging habits, fears, phobias, melt away, calm and peaceful. That's where most of us are during the day as we do activities. And then the third is Theta, which is deeper meditation, near the stage of sleep, vivid, dreamlike imagery, creative visualization, feel more open and connected, advanced problem solving. Well, maybe that's Theta is more where most of us are. Anyway, the next one is delta brainwaves. And also to mention that theta is 4 to 7 hertz. And delta brainwaves 0 to 4 hertz. And this is the deepest meditation many scientists believe to be the most beneficial state, associated with deep, dreamless sleep, unconscious to superconscious part of the mind. It's super healing, best for immune system, rejuvenation, renewal, health restoration, longevity, and highly advanced awareness when you are in Delta, even though it is the deepest part of meditation. And as I mentioned, sound has waves. Everything basically has vibration and frequency. But as we think about sound and sound therapy, it's very, very imperative for upgrading your body, your vibration, and your frequency, your computer. And as I mentioned, certain ways to do that is listen to nature, because they have different frequencies and hertz, and as well as music that you can find on a computer. But I tell people you have to be very careful with that. You have to listen to the whole thing and make sure it doesn't go on to something else when that's finished, when you want to go to sleep with it. So it's programming your mind, but you have to know what frequency is vibrating on, because that can be kind of tricky. So be careful about that. One thing that I like to talk a lot about is what some people call tinnitus. But I told someone I've never experienced silence. There's no such thing as silence for me. I've always had ringing in the ears, and most recently I was talking to one of the doctors I went for follow-up about some blood work, and they asked me how long I've heard ringing in the ears. It's like all my life. It's like, do you hear it now? It's like if I'm listening. But this ringing in my ears, ever since I can remember, I've always heard it. Of course, sometimes it's louder, it's more in one ear than the other, but it's always been there. So that's a certain frequency and vibrations that my brain is always focused on. I don't have any hearing problems whatsoever. It doesn't disturb my meditation. It doesn't disturb my day. And like I mentioned, sometimes it's louder than others. Sometimes it's more in one ear. Sometimes it's higher pitch, lower pitch, and go on and on. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. Right now, outside, I don't hear it. I hear several other things at one time, but I don't hear the ringing in my ears. However, if I go in a quiet spot, I can hear it. But it's never been a problem for me. It's just, I know that it's there. And one of the things that sounds very similar to this ringing in my ears, that's very therapeutic, as I mentioned, sound. That's why we like music so much, because it's very much so a way to increase your vibration and your frequency into a certain thought process or vibration or feeling or wherever you want to go. But one thing that helps wakes us up, that helps reprogram our computer, and that's very similar to the sound that I hear all the time, is tuning forks. This is what I hear all the time. And it's a vibration and a frequency. I think this is more than 200 hertz, I believe. I don't remember. But anyway, it's very therapeutic. What I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to share some sound therapy, just a little bit, if you can hear it. I don't know. I should have practiced to see if you can hear it. But anyway, I think you'll be able to. So I'm going to do that. So yes, this is what I hear all the time. And you can do it to different parts of your body as well. Your heart, your brain. If I do it to my head, I get twitching in my eyes, and that's so irritating, especially on the right side. So if you're hurting somewhere, you can do it. Not sure how that's going to turn out. But anyway, that's it for now. I hope that you have a beautiful day. Take care.